Hey friends, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, thank you so much for stopping by. My name's Cece, and on today's video, we are doing the Eyeshadow Palette Tag. This was originally created by Samantha March and Allie Glines, and recently done by my friend Andy from the channel Andy Does Stuff, and I thought it would be fun to give it a go myself. The Eyeshadow Palette Tag asks a number of questions about your eyeshadow collection, and I am here to tell you all about mine. So the first question is, what is your newest palette? And mine actually just came in a few days ago. This is the ColourPop Winnie the Pooh Sweet as Can Be palette. It's not a new release. It's actually something that's been out for years, at least a few years now, and I resisted the urge. For a long time, I did, but I always kind of regretted not picking it up, and it's been on sale a couple different times. I think they brought it back after selling it out. I'm going to tell you what got me. They had a sale recently, and it was, I think, 20% off. I spent about $14 on it. What I really love about this palette, it's a cute color story, but what I really love is the hexagonal pans, and I just think to myself what they will look like when I eventually depot this one day and throw them into my singles collection. Honestly, that's why I wanted this so badly. It does have 3 sequin mattes in here. So those are mattes that have a glitter in them. I don't know why ColourPop loves these so much, but you'll see this top corner here, and then this brown and the pink all have some kind of glitter in them. Not thrilled about that, but I am thrilled about the pans. So that is my newest palette. I have not used it yet. The next question is, what is your oldest palette? And honestly, I don't know. I was not tracking my palettes the way that I am now when I first started getting into makeup back in 2020, 2021. So I picked out what I think might be some of my first palettes. I could be totally wrong, but this is my best guess. These are 2 palettes from Tarte. We have the Let It Rainbow and the Remix Natural. I believe one of these was on sale when I first discovered it. Maybe they both were, I'm not sure, but I have had them since at least 2021. And they're so not something I would be into now, but at the time I was like all about colorful palettes. I didn't know anything about doing my eyeshadow at the time. So it's funny to see how my taste has evolved over the past 5 years, because together these are just not my style anymore, but I do love them. I keep them, 1, because they smell amazing. They smell like chocolate. And 2, because I don't have anything like these in my collection. It's just such a cute, it really is just a little rainbow, and they go together well because this top palette has a lot of mattes in it and the bottom palette is just all shimmers. So were I ever to want to do a blue look or a teal look, I'm set right here. Next up is, what is your most expensive palette? By far, it is the Pat McGrath Mothership 8. Is that what this one is? Yep, Mothership 8 Divine Rose 2. I have another Pat McGrath palette, but I got that one on sale. Don't ask me why. I bought this one full price. I don't know why. They're about like $128 full price. What was I doing? Where was this money coming from? I don't know, because I can't spend that much on one palette. It's just, that's not happening nowadays. Here's what she looks like, and tell me if you think this is my kind of color story, because I don't. What was I doing? I have no idea. I do not know. I purchased this 2023, I believe. Maybe 2024, but certainly before I got sick. Why would I purchase something that has a hot pink in it? Me? No clue. But there she is, so I'm gonna use her. So next question, other end of the spectrum, what is my most affordable palette? This question kind of tripped me up because it didn't say cheapest. It didn't say what had the lowest cost, like MSRP. Does that make sense? So it wasn't what was the like price tag on it. So I ended up going with the BH Gilded palette. I have tons of palettes that are cheaper. The e.l.f. bite-sized palettes and the Essence, some of the Essence little Coral Me Maybe, like 6-pan palettes like that. Those are $3.99 to $4. However, this BH Cosmetics Glam Reflection Gilded palette cost me $4. It was on deep discount. I think they were trying to get rid of them at the time. And I think it was around the time that BH kind of started to have some issues before they were purchased by Revolution. Considering that this is a 15-pan palette and I got it for $4, I do believe that this is my most affordable palette by number of pans. I have really enjoyed this palette when I use it. Obviously, the color story is perfect for me. I love the golden tones kind of moving into peachy orange. I haven't picked this up in a while. I thought the quality when I did use it was great, but it has been a minute. So I do want to pull this back out again, see how it's performing, and give it a little more love in the near future. Next question is, what is your favorite everyday palette? And Andy interpreted this as your favorite neutral palette, so that's what I'm gonna do as well. That's kind of hard to have a lot of neutral palettes, and I enjoy so many of them, but I decided that it is the Master Mattes by Makeup by Mario. This is the neutrals. They also have a warm tone palette. This is a cool tone palette. I have been delving into cool tones a lot more in the past 1 to 2 years and really enjoying it, honestly. I never would have thought, since I love my sunsetty, fiery yellow orange looks, never would have thought, but I have been enjoying this. And yeah, I'd say it's up there, if not my favorite neutral palette. Can't be 100% sure though. So that was my favorite neutral palette, and now we're going to do my favorite colorful palette, and that is from Aether Beauty. It is the Joshua Tree Desert Matte palette. It's grungy, it's muted, but yeah, I would say this probably is my favorite colorful palette, especially because it's got those grungy, mustardy, just deep tones. I really have enjoyed this palette every time I've used it, and I want to get more use out of it so badly. It's just a lot of good colors in here. There are colors that I would avoid, I don't really like. The deep greens, the blue, not exactly my thing, but this side over here, absolutely 100%. Moving on, what is my smallest palette? Okay. This is newer to my collection, and I'm very excited about it. It's just so cute. This is a, I don't know, K or J beauty brand. I got it from Yes Style. Absolutely love Yes Style. This is the brand Thyra, and it is the Mini Cute Mini Milk Tea palette. The packaging is adorable, so I had to show you that, but 4 shades in what would normally be a single shadow compact. So, unfortunately, 2 of them are sequin mattes, but I don't care. It's just cute. It's just something I wanted because I love miniature things so much. So that is my smallest palette. So next question is, what is my largest palette? And this one was difficult as well because I had to think, is that by number of pans? Is it by how wide or tall the palette is? Something like that. I ended up with something that is one of my higher pan numbers, but is also just really bulky packaging. So this is the Laura Geller Ultimate Palette Sensational Soiree. Why do I own this? I don't know. I decided I needed to have it. 31 pans, all baked shades, and what makes it my biggest is the bulkiness. I do have one palette that has more pans, that has 35, but this is the second highest number of pans, and definitely by volume, cubic square inches, or whatever you want to call it, this is my biggest. Another thing, like, I kind of regret purchasing, I don't know, it was on sale, but I didn't need it. Next up is Best Memory. I remember getting this palette. It was a gift from two friends of mine. So it came from Laura the Bargain Hunter and Mary Catherine Loves Cats. I honestly don't remember if it was for my birthday or if it was for some other special occasion, but getting this palette was such a surprise, and it is so gorgeous. It just blew me away. And I still can't believe I own this. I don't know why. It's just gorgeous, and I am so thrilled that these two friends of mine were so kind to get it for me. This is from Florasis. It is the Oriental Shine Makeup Relief Palette. This is so stunning that the camera will not do it justice. First of all, the packaging, amazing. They've got padding in here. The component is freaking gorgeous. This is a peacock on the cover, and it's also on the inside. This is heavy. It is just so well made. Yeah, just looking at this, I think you saw my reaction. That was genuine. I am, if you don't know, a huge fan of beautifully imprinted makeup, and yeah, this does it for me. I mean, absolutely freaking gorgeous. So I could just stare at this for hours. So yeah, getting this was so, like, I can't even describe how thoughtful and kind it was of them, and it's going to be treasured forever. So Mary and Laura, thank you. You already know I love it, but now the whole world knows that this is one of my best makeup memories. Next prompt is worth the hype. And okay, we already had one Pat McGrath palette, but this one takes the cake. This is the Pat McGrath Mothership 5 Bronze Seduction palette. Already sounds more like my taste, right? The shades in here are absolutely stunning. The shimmers are out of this world. I don't even know how to describe them, but even just touching them, it is so luxurious. Chef's kiss. This is 100% worth the hype. This is what Pat McGrath palettes are meant to be. So that begs the question, what palette do I think is not worth the hype? And that would be the Patrick Ta Major Dimension palette. This is somewhere along the lines of like $70. I've used every shade in here, and I just wasn't impressed. The shimmers aren't, I don't know, there's just no bang for their buck. They're fine. That one feels horrible on the fingers, and that's something I care about. I care how it feels when I stick my fingers into a shimmer. Don't ask me why. This also does have two sequin mattes. One has a very chunky glitter, and then one is a more refined, very small glitter. But why? Why do brands think we want this? I don't. I do not want glitter in my matte shades. They are supposed to be matte. This also has two cream shades in it, which they did give you a little cover for. They got their own little window here, but I don't generally like cream next to powder products because it's gonna get messy eventually. But yeah, the biggest concern for me here is the formula is just not up to par of what everybody says it should be. Next question is, what is my favorite palette from my favorite brand? And as eyeshadow goes, Natasha Denona is my favorite brand, and the Mini My Dream is a dream in my opinion. And the blush that goes with this, so good, so good. They made a perfect color story, and you can use all 5 shades in one look, and it just comes out stunning. Absolutely love this. I haven't used it as much as I want to, but absolutely gorgeous. And we have come to the last question, which is, what is my most used palette? This is from Tarte Cosmetics, and the name is Gift and Glam. This was a holiday release at some time, maybe 2020? I think maybe 2019. I'm not sure because I got it on sale. I was really into Tarte when I first got into makeup. I thought everything was just so cute and affordable, and this seemed so cool. This was my Pan That palette when the theme was Size Matters, which might have been 2022, maybe 2023. But I do have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pans in here. So at 7 pans, and with the amount that I used this during that year, when it was my Pan That palette, it is my most used palette. To only have 7 pans in my most used palette that I have put in, actually not just that project, but I have revisited this palette for, I think, Graveyard Project Pan and something else. You'd think I'd have a little more use on this. Not every shade in here has been used, but whatever. 7 pans is pretty good, right? I have only been into makeup for about 5 years. Okay, 5 to 6 years now. And I have a large collection. Obviously, that's something I'm working on. I want to have more usage on all of my palettes, and this little project gave me a glimpse into the very large task I have at hand in order to get where I want to be with my collection. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed my answers to these questions, and I would love to know down in the comments what some of your favorite palettes are, favorite brand, oldest, newest, any of the questions that I answered here. I'd love to know what comes to mind for you. And if you want to do this tag as well, feel free. I would love to hear your answers. Thank you all so much for joining me for this video. If you enjoyed it, please remember to give it a thumbs up, leave me some comments down below, and if you haven't yet, you can always subscribe to my channel. I'd love to have you around for my panning journey. Thanks so much, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye! You'd think I'd be a little farther with it, but it's okay. Further. Grammar. I don't know.